All right, fun first half. Washington up 10-7. I didn't think that would be the case, Linnell. I thought Philadelphia was going to have a lot of success, and the Washington defense, thanks to a little bit of help from Jake Elliott, has only allowed 7 points for Philadelphia. Pretty good showing so far.
Yeah, the Eagles stink. They're a team that is swaggerless, no mojo. They're kind of just vibing out there. Is the best way that I would describe it.
Here for the vibes.
Nothing looks purposeful. And yeah, Washington's going to have a chance to hang around and potentially win this game. Where do you want to start? Because there's something that I'm sure is bothering you. It's bothering me.
If it's bothering you, it's bothering me. So we can start at the bothersome points of time.
Because things have been great in this game. Like I hate that we're starting negative. Actually, let's not do that. Let's actually start with the positive. You're winning.
You're winning.
Going into the half.
You've had a deep shot to Terry, which is good. Mikey Sanders still forced a fumble on the first play, not from scrimmage, just of the game.
Yeah.
So that was great. The officiating has been a little poor.
Yeah.
They're, helping Philadelphia out. Brandon Coleman gets a terrible holding call. That was not a holding call.
Yeah.
There's that offside penalty. That was a little bit wonky. But you scored 10 points against Philadelphia in a game that I didn't think you'd be having a lot of success in. And you've looked like crazy, but the better team. You've run the football really, really well. Corey Cross-Gamera, Chris Rodriguez, a nice balance. I think that has been a very, very positive. Now, there's been some negative, like you mentioned, but I think that's positive.
I think it's definitely positive. And, I look at things that carry over into next year. This should be your identity. You're a run-first team. It would make the life of your young quarterback a lot easier. It would make your offense and your passing game a lot more effective if you just committed to running it. And if you can run it against Philly, you've run it against everyone this year. You did it against Denver. It's weird that there's this lack of commitment to it, but they're doing it well here in the first half with both Bill and C-Rod. I like how they're handling it.
Is the negative the Dan Quinn element of this, or is there something else that was negative?
Dan Quinn. I mean, how the hell? Honestly, I don't know.
I didn't know you could do that.
That's the cool point.
I didn't know it was allowed. I didn't know you could challenge a play that was replay assisted. I kind of thought that was the point of the replay assist, but I did have to jog my memory because I felt like there was a play that happened earlier this year where Washington was on the wrong side of the replay assist, but replay assist got it wrong. So I feel like that happened this year. I don't remember what the play was, but it felt like it was early when we really actually cared about the season. But even just the idea,
Zach Ertz.
Yeah, I think it was a Zach Ertz on a placement on. Oh, shoot. What was the game? It might have been Chicago, where it sure looked like he got the first down. Replay assisted that he didn't, and then they just didn't do anything about it. But just as a whole, the idea that you can have replay assist exist, but then also challenge it, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of the replay assist?
If I'm Dan Quinn, it's totally illogical from the head coach's vantage point. If replay assist, meaning there's people in New York that have 12 to 15 different angles of the play. They're telling you he's short. And it was a quick ruling as well. It's not something that took long for you to then double down and say, maybe you're wrong. And burn the timeout in a critical situation where you probably could have stole some more points. Dan Quinn's timeout management all year long has been baffling.
You're basically just quality control checking the replay people in New York.
For what?
Nope, I don't think they spent enough time doing that. It's you've been quality control checked by your boss at work when you turn in a project and your boss is like, you didn't spend the allotted time that we needed. That kind of feels like what he attempted to do there. And shockingly, he didn't get it. Now they ended up scoring regardless, so it didn't, in the long term, it didn't really matter. But could you imagine a scenario where if the team was good and he did that and then they didn't go on and score and you lose a timeout late in the ball game? It'd be idiotic. He burns timeouts better than anybody he burns timeouts the way that Odell Beckham seemingly burns $100 million. Yeah. He just goes right through them for no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, I didn't understand the logic behind it at all. But okay.
It was a teachable moment because at least now we know you can do that.
Yeah, I just overall though, I think you're playing well. Albert Breer just tweeted, and this is what you're going to see probably from a couple different national reporters. Washington certainly isn't mailing it in at this point in the season. Did you watch Minnesota? Yeah, but no, to their credit,
just bad.
Yeah, to their credit, they're winning this football game. They're very much in the football game. They're playing hard. Guys are rallying and tackling on defense. It's only a matter of time, though. I don't know why Philadelphia just doesn't run it every play. Saquon's starting to lean on them. They're double teaming on the interior, and then there's just nothing our guys can do about it. So I don't know, man. Hopefully it's a competitive loss, I guess. But
their offense is boring, though.
It's broken.
They just don't really have. I mean, you want to talk about Washington not having an identity. Philadelphia kind of has an identity. They're just not very good at it.
Yeah.
It's very much they play bend don't break offense, which I didn't know that was a thing, but they like to play that offense. Because I mean, you look at numbers wise, they have nearly 200 yards of total offense compared to Washington that doesn't even have 150. I mean, Marcus Mariota is 6 of 10 for 71 yards. They've run the ball as a team, 16 carries, 52 yards. It's only 3.3 yards a carry. I do think that number will change if they continue to stay committed to the run, but outside of the Terry McLaurin deep shot, the offense for Washington has really not done much through the air, which is now 2 weeks in a row. Terry has 3 catches for 53 yards, and Debo has 2 for 15. Jeremy McNichols has 1 for 3, and that's it. So it's literally the Terry McLaurin show on offense with the running backs so far for Washington. You had mentioned something that we kind of saw it with the 40-yard completion of Terry, but it does feel like they're setting up for a big play action shot. Yeah. But Marcus is going to have to actually throw it. When the first read is not there for him, he seems to struggle a lot, and he steps up into the pocket in the worst positioning possible every single time. He like gravitates towards the bodies when he needs to get out of the pocket.
He hasn't left his feet today, so there's that.
Knock on wood.
So I don't think he did it last week either.
I don't think he did last week either.
So that's good. Maybe someone talked to him. But he had Debo, which should have been a touchdown. If he just throws
that was
it
on
time,
that first drive. There was just a little peel out. That should have been it.
Yeah, if he just throws it on time, it's a touchdown. It just feels like, I know the time of possession is like relatively even, but it feels like Washington, for whatever reason, hasn't had the opportunities offensively. They had the garbage holding call against Brandon Coleman. They killed a drive.
Terrible.
And I'm tired of seeing referees call that. That is frustrating. It's clearly not a holding penalty. Outside of that, like, the running game is working well. They're moving people up front. Love that. The interior three is doing a good job. Talking about Chris Paul, Biotish, and Cosme. Love what I've seen from them. The holding negated a ridiculous Treylon Burks catch. Would love to see him get more targets. To see somebody in the chat mentioning him. Like, yeah, like that's how you got to roll, man.
I do wonder if the NFL is going to do something about the snatch technique.
Yeah.
Because it feels like Sam Cosme got called on that in a playoff game last year. It feels like this organization has gotten called on that more than other teams that I've watched. Granted, I watched this team way more than other teams, but it feels like they're every like 2 or 3 games, you're getting a holding on that when it feels like if that's being coached across the league, that the officials would then know to look for it.
Yeah. I mean, the officials suck. Puka Nacua is going to get in trouble. He was spot on with all of his assessments of the refs. Like the refs this year, really all the time, are just total whack jobs and attention-seeking maniacs at times. I want to see the pass rush come alive a little bit more. And watching A&M in Miami earlier today, and how A&M did such a good job like scheming up pressures by overloading sides of the line of scrimmage and things like that. I want to see us get more creative. We don't have the pass rushers, yes, but like Wink Martindale was really good at doing this when Ron was here. They used to create these free rushers and create those free rush opportunities, and like we don't do that. So tired of watching our pass rush just not get home. It's probably the most frustrating thing to watch,
especially against Jalen Hurts, because as obnoxious as he is, and he is obnoxious, as boring as he is, and he is boring. Yeah. He really is good at scrambling, and he always finds the opening. And, watching Jalen Hurts scramble compared to Marcus scramble, when Marcus Mariota runs towards the bodies and Jalen Hurts always runs towards the open field, the discrepancy is like right in your face. He's really good at that. Like, you have to be as disciplined as possible. We've seen that a couple times where on a play, Kinlaw got up the field and Hurts takes off for 11 yards. You got to be really disciplined when you play him, man. I don't know. Also, the way he runs is annoying. Just like the physical watching him run is annoying.
I'll be honest here, and we are two Christian men deeply rooted in our faith, I am jealous of Jalen Hurts. It is all jealousy when it comes to me. I'm angry that my physique doesn't look that way. I am angry that I am not as handsome as he is. Just, even when you like watch him scramble, like he's so shredded that you see every inch of his bicep and tricep every time he gets on camera. I absolutely hate it. He's the worst person ever.
He is, but mine's not rooted in jealousy. Mine's rooted in hate.
Mine's rooted in jealousy.
I don't like him. Yeah. I don't like him.
I also think he's a fraud. But
I do think he's a fraud. That's where we align. I think that guy's a fraud. All right, half number 2 coming up here. What do you want to see? I like the running approach from Washington. I do imagine that they will start to pick up more than 3.5 yards per carry as the game progresses. I think both C-Rod and Bill have done a really good job. I'd like to see a little bit more bodies involved in the pass game. I mean, you have 3 guys with a catch in the first half, and that's not acceptable. And one of those is Jeremy McNichols. So it's really Terry and Debo, and that's your only passing offense right now. I'd like to see Burks get a little bit more action. Literally anybody.
Good.
There's some stuff there, man.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about him. More of a commitment to the run. Yeah, I know this is hard, but like penalties, like stop committing penalties. Stop beating yourselves on offense. Like that's so frustrating.
You're not good enough to push yourself, double-digit yards behind the sticks on like a 2nd and 18 or something.
Like that. They're trying to heat Jalen Hurts up. They've sent a good amount of pressure. That's why you're seeing a lot of the one-on-one stuff on the outside. Defensively, like I need Javon Kinlaw and Deron Payne to like bow up on the interior and not get moved off of their spot. I haven't seen Jazon Newton a ton.
I haven't either. I know Deron went to the medical tent, but I think he came back out of it. So even with Deron going to the medical tent and with Eddie Goldman out, it still feels like we didn't see Johnny Newton. And maybe we have actually seen him, but it feels like we have not seen him.
Which is a problem. It's like the opposite on the D-line, right? O-line, we always be like, we measure your success and did we hear your name? And if we heard you, you probably ain't playing too hot. On the D-line, if I don't hear your name,
you're probably not playing well.
You're probably not in the mix enough for my liking. So
Johnny Newton has a tackle.
Woo!
One singular tackle.
Did a solo tackle?
A solo tackle. By the way, Jordan McGee has 4. That is second on the team right now.
The play where they tried to give it on to Smith on the end around, he was shot out of a cannon, bro.
Yeah.
That's how Sunday Night Football looked the other night between Kansas City and Houston. Like just guys running at that speed.
I want to see more of Jordan McGee. So like put Jordan McGee onto the field. I need that. I want these young guys. I know someone was asking about Ben Sinnott. Look, man, I'll just take throwing to anybody at this point. Yeah. Like they just need to throw more. I know Ben Sinnott did get 1 target that he was not able to bring in. John Bates has a target. Obviously, Burks has a target. That was the one that was in the back of the end zone because the holding thing didn't count. I just want to see them open it up a little bit. If you're gonna run, like take the deep shot. Trust your guys out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And remember, you're 4-10. Like I didn't love them kicking the field goal there. It kind of works now because they're up 10-7. Yeah. But like you're 4-10. Go for it.
Yeah. Go hard or go home. Let it all hang out.
What are we trying to do here? Go for it.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, second half about to get underway. We'll be back for the post game right here on YouTube and Twitter. That's Willingham. I'm Denton Day. We'll see you in about 90 minutes.